Hi, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here. Sorry it's been so long. I think it's been 12 days since my last video. I've been shopping. I don't have much as far as like completed projects to show you because it was school break last week and I spent most of it shopping. But I do have some great thrift store purchases to show you, as well as an order that came in from the cross-stitching-supplies.com. I think I told you guys a couple of videos back that she was having a sale. Lindsay is the one who has that website, and she is closing that website or that store. I think June or July is her projected date. So she's got some fantastic sales going on. And I did unbox it without you, but I love how she ships her stuff. It's very fast. It's very organized, and it comes in this beautiful bag with a nice little seal on it. Lindsay's just amazing. I don't know what I'm going to do without her. I got a massive piece of espresso Ada, 14 count, 25 by 36. I love the color of this. It's not quite chocolate and it's not quite gray. It's a nice espresso bean color. So that I have a lot of hope for. It's a Wilchit. Then I got a milk chocolate Ada. Looks like I got 2 pieces of that. I went ahead and got a 14 and a 16 piece count. These are perfect for the Prairie Schooler Santas. I've done a couple on other fabrics, but I really like how those colors pop on this kind of almost khaki, but a little richer. So look for a milk chocolate Ada if you go shopping. And I also got a large piece of parchment Ada. And this is a beautiful 21 by 36 inch piece. All of the pieces come serged. I love how it's done on the edge work. Nicely bagged. This is going to keep me organized because now I'm forced to go through my fabrics. And I got a 20 count mushroom sand Ada. I'm doing my Lincoln on a 20 count, what's that called? I can't remember what it's called, but I love the fabric. So I picked up another piece of 20 count. It's really nice to stitch on the Ada size. I do stitch on linen. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's Monaco. Here's a white linen, 56 count. That's a 14 by 17. I can't wait to see what I'm going to do on that. That's a beautiful bright white. Oh, do you guys remember the All Sorts chart? I gotta find that. I know it's in here. I have to pair this up while I'm thinking about it. All Sorts, where are you? This one. It takes All Sorts by Ink Circles. I want to try it on this. This is a coral Ada. I think at a 14 count, it should 98 wide by 57 high. Should make a nice little gift for my husband who loves All Sorts candies. I don't like them. So that's paired up now. And then I've got a 28 count white Monaco, 14 by 25. Her prices were extraordinary. I don't have the price list on me, but her sales are really good. And of course she has charts and other things, threads and other supplies. But when I ordered, let's say I ordered the 56 count linen, I ordered a 13 by 17 piece. She found that she had a 14 by 17. Well, she just gave it to me, no extra cost. So that happens when she goes out to size things. It's not quite what she remembered or had to cut it a little differently. I'm not sure why, but she always sends it along at no extra cost. I'm really gonna miss her. Anyway, I'm gonna go shopping some more, see what else she has on sale. I do have to put that fabric in my organizing drawers. While I was out, we had a lot of thrift stores, and one of them was called Savers. So if you have a Savers in your area, or look one up, it's very organized. The one I went to, there's 2 in Mass. Plymouth and Wareham, maybe. I'm getting that wrong. But I got a nice bag mostly wooden spools. Look at that price. But look how old some of these are. Those are going to make cute little spooled stitches. So I think I have a total of 1, 2, well, it's not able to count them. All but 3 in here are wooden spools, which will be great. I don't think that the thread can survive, you know, at that age, particularly since I don't know how it was kept. So I'll do a strength test. Maybe I'll keep it for another craft or stitching up a pillow. But I will strip the spools down and decide what little stitches can go on them. And I do have a friend who goes by the name of Spools now. She's really into spools, so I'm sure she'll get some of these. Also in my travels, I picked up some odd frames because you never know when you're going to need an odd shape. But this was only $2.99 at a Savers. It came with a glass. It has the nice tabs that slip back and forth, which means it won't take too much thickness, but I can cut something with that kind of depth in this broad of a frame to fit this nicely. I keep them dirty until I'm about to use them or size them. Then I wash the glass just with dish soap and a sponge. I think that's the best way. Glass Plus just leaves streaks and lint around. So just hot water and dish soap really helps. And I'll check the frame for any kind of dings, but I don't see any, so I don't think I need to do anything to the frame. I picked up a very nice wood frame mirror. That was only $3.99 at a Salvation Army. It's massive. So I think that's going to be really great. I have not explored the back, so it looks like it's going to be quite a project to rip this off, find out how that mirror is mounted in there, and do some TLC work to it. But for $3.99, I couldn't pass it up. It's just glued on here. I'll have to soak the glued parts. It's tempting to keep peeling. I'll wait. But it'll come off quick enough. Then my husband bought another DMC drawer. So I have my work cut out for me. This one's a very old one before they changed their insignia to the horse. This is the bell, which is really cool. And the bell is on all 3 sides. Not the back. No, it's on the back. The drawers are in excellent shape. There isn't any kind of breakage. So I'm really excited about organizing this. So now I have fabric and thread to organize. The 3 drawers open up very easily. Give me my foot. And of course I can't resist a box when I see one. So this was in a thrift store, and it was marked down because the top has a nasty on it. I don't know if that's paper or glue or what. I flipped it over. It says made in the Philippines. It's got a super cool latch on it. It was $2.50. So I said, okay, but I'm going to find the perfect design to cross stitch and mount here on top. I'm thinking it might be a Prairie Schooler. It's got a couple of little dings in it, which I think shows that it's been weathered or distressed. So I'm not going to care about those. In my box are other treasures. Let's see if I can do this without toppling over my collections here. A gal on Stash Unload was selling a whole bunch of 3865 floss. So I got that at a great deal. In a thrift store, this was $3. And I love this type of, I guess you would call this upholstery finishing. But you can use it to finish pillows and little ornaments. And it's not too dimensionalized. So it could be a flat. And you can also add beadwork to this really easily. So I love this color. It is a green. I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but it'd be great for Christmas. It'd be great for even some Easter, some Halloween. Just, it's a very versatile color. So for $3, I thought I can't go wrong with that. Parts of it are fraying, but I can just cut that down. Picked up some more beeswax, which I do beeswax my thread occasionally. I found a giant tomato for $4.99 to go with my baby tomato that a friend gave me. So that's going to be fun. I just stuffed them in little dessert glasses. This one my friend gave me. Lori. Isn't that cute? Oh, I got a little sticker in there. My daughter has hundreds and hundreds of stickers. And then I also found, and you're saying, why is she showing me this? I'm not using this to do any kind of cross stitch with. I'm going to take this apart and make a dog necklace because I think my little girl, Abby, needs a pearl necklace. She's a brindle, so I think this would look stunning on her neckline. I have to measure her out. But look how clean this box is. For $2.50. Now I am going to line the bottom with some felt. I think what I'll do is go through my pile of finished cross stitches and see if there's anything that might already fit on this that I've done. If not, it'll give me an excuse to make start a new pattern, which I have to get busy doing. I'm working on my second Lincoln and I've started Miss Mary Mac, but it's not really enough to show you. And Lincoln you've already seen, but that's pretty exciting to get those done. Oh, and we should have a medical minute. Looking at my water reminds me. Yesterday I had my first shingles shot, and I just wanted to mention that if you are one of those people that do have problems with vaccines, some people say that, you know, they're sick for the next 2 days afterwards. I've been doing a little experimentation because I usually have a site reaction, really bad site reaction, but that's my only issue. I don't get tired or achy or run down after a vaccine because I drink a lot of water. So when I'm going for a vaccine, I'll drink a lot before I get the injection and I drink a lot after. And it makes a lot of sense because your muscles need that water. If you think about, if you've ever had physical therapy for any type of rehab, if you've had a broken leg or if you've had, you know, a limb, like a joint replacement, hip replacement, shoulder replacement, they tell you to drink a lot of water because your muscles are needing that to do the rehab. Same thing with an injection. You're introducing something foreign into your body that your body needs to get busy working on. And it takes a lot of energy. So hydrate, 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 and you probably won't have any issues. It's just been going really well for me. And even the site reaction has diminished because I drink so much. The only drawback is you need to make sure you have a toilet nearby because you know you're doing it right if you're going to the bathroom too much. It really is irritating. Let me grab some of my finishes to show you guys. I'm going to put this on pause because this is quite a pile and I don't want it falling on the floor. Hold on a second. Before I grab that pile to show you the finishes, I wanted to confess that I have a lot of tweezers. I don't know if you guys collect these too, but I find them really handy for plucking hairs out of my cross stitch when I'm stitching on it. I have a dog and a cat, and I do stitching downstairs, not just up here. They're not allowed. But sometimes my hair gets into my stitch, and it gets woven into the stitch, so I find it really difficult to pick them out. So I have an assortment, and this is 4 of probably 12 different tweezers I have. But they rest in my scissor holder, and I think I've shown you my glass frogs that I keep my scissors in. So I have all different shapes and sizes for different lengths, different hairs. I've picked them up at flea markets, at yard sales, wherever I can. I don't pay full price, but I have tiny tipped ones. These are flat tipped from my dad because he used these for stamp placement. He collected postage stamps. Angled ones. And then these have a particularly very tight, I don't know, tight grip. They're very, very handy. So I have tweezers all over the place. Not to mention, if anybody gets a splinter, it's not there for long in this house because I'm pretty adept at taking things out. So just a little tool to share with you guys. If you've found that you're pulling hairs out of things or you don't see them, I do test, make sure I go over my cross stitch really carefully before I frame it, because I'm always pulling out little hairs. Then I'll iron it. But it is somewhat nice to have a few animal hairs in there, but just not all of them. Little tidbit. Let me go grab this stuff. Hopefully I have this pile balanced properly. I apologize if I'm holding up stuff that I've already shown you, but it's been a week since I've been away from my craft room, and I'm a little forgetful as to what I've already shown you. This, I can't remember where it's from. You guys can probably tell me. I did do this in 2022. I just thought it was really cute. I do remember changing the sheep color so it would show up on white. So it looks to be an ecru. If I could find the pattern, I could tell you what I substituted it for. But now it really shows up on that white fabric. And I might have changed the flower colors. If they were pink, I changed them because I'm not a pink person. That's too long to fit on my box. Actually, it's not. That might be an idea. Here's a little Easter bunny stitch. Again, I don't remember where it came from. I did that in 22. This was just cut off of a larger piece that I had done for something, and I keep every little scrap. So I thought this would be a cute little quick stitch to do. And I do want to turn it into an ornament. I don't think I'm going to do a bunny shape. That might be too much of a challenge. This is from Cotton and Twine. Isn't that adorable? Now this is a kit that they send if you are part of their club or you subscribe to them. I have a friend who does, and she sent me this. It comes with everything you need. It comes with the fabric, the chart, the thread, the star banner holder. So I do need to mount that. They have beautiful boxes. I haven't joined the club for obvious reasons. I do have a lot to stitch. But look at that. Absolutely precious. It's in my to be finished pile because I do need to get off my derriere and put it together. This was fun with some beading. I did these cute little ornaments. And you can see the little beads I put in there. They're glass beads, but they have a silver inside. So I guess that's a metallic finish, but they're awfully cute. Again, another remnant piece. Badly wrinkled, so I need to do something with that. So that's cotton and twine. Then I have a giant cardboard stack. I keep it placed in some cardboard just because I don't know if I'm gonna have paint or anything around here. And I don't want anything to get on anything. This is a Prairie Schooler. I did this on a white Lugana, and I think it's a 28 count. It might be a little smaller. Unfortunately, this is also before I was actually keeping a diary of things, so I don't have anything to look back on. I did it in 2016. I know I have the chart. If anybody has trouble finding that one and wants me to dig through my charts, I certainly will. Just drop me a line. This came from a Keepsake Calendar. Now the cross-stitch calendars you get if you have a subscription to Just Cross Stitch, they'll send you a calendar every year, whether you want it or not. And the price keeps going up, up, and up. But it is fun to get, I have to admit. So that was done, oh goodness, I put a year on it, 2015. Embarrassingly, I have not finished it completely. And I probably have a nice square frame somewhere. So I should put that together and gift it to my husband, who's a sailor. That's me, hold on. Here's another finish from 2015. This looks to be a 16 count. It's really hard to show the sparkles. There's some Krynic in the deer body, and there are also some beads. They look to be violet beads. Very hard to see on the camera. I had hopes of doing that as a pillow, but I just haven't gotten around to it. This I did in 2021. Maybe some of you may recognize it. I can't remember the name. It was such fun to do, and I think I might have changed her hair color. Boy, even protecting it, still get some hair on it. And I love the little narwhals and the pufferfish. I mean, there's so much going on in here. It's a lot of fun to look at. This is definitely gonna fall. Ah, the Beekeeper. This I did in 2020. I had a frame and I used it for something else, so now I have to start all over again. But this was a lot of fun to do. There was some problems, I want to say, with the flower. I think the flower, the original colors, blended so well into the dress that you had to change that color. But I'd have to pull the chart to see if I made some notes. So I did alter it enough so you can see the flower. This has got some fuzzies on it. I love the acorns. And I have some Asian prints in here that have nothing to do with cross stitch. This is a 2021, another Prairie Schooler. I just can't get enough of them. I did complete a smaller one, and I think I framed it. So I haven't been too fast to frame this one because I don't need two of the same. I can take it up to our camp. We did spend some time up there too last week. I got to see all of my cross stitches hanging up there and say hello to them again. This is 2017. Still waiting for a frame. But I love that. The colors in here really just spoke to me. I did this on an off-white 14 count, which might be what it called for. It's the right size, but I think it's one of those odd shapes. It's not going to be fun to frame. It's not an 8 by anything. It's more like a, ooh, you need a 9 by 11 to frame it nicely. 9 by 11. Yeah, I'd have to cut something. And to go with it, of course I did the chickadee. Might have to frame those side by side. So that was 2017. Peace, Hope, and Love. And then this was 2018. I love hiding where I signed it. But I also love the fact that they have hidden dragonflies in here. It's just a suggestion of them. A silhouette. Oh, this one's really cool. This was a stitch along I did. I did this in 2021. I see this as a giant pillow. But then again, it's really cool. It's like a poster size too. Decisions, decisions. This might have been a magazine, but I do remember seeing this in a calendar as well. I completed this in 2020. It was more tricky than I thought to do the Celtic parts of it, because within the red, there are several shades of red, and then trying to follow the pattern of the Celtic knots was a little, it was an eye bender, to say the least. Oh, this one. I have to cut the fabric so I can keep the fabric for something else. This was done in, oh my goodness, did I not sign it? Oh, forgive me. It's not signed. This is a great Halloween. Ding dong, the witch is dead. I remember how scary that was when I was watching the movie as a kid. Wizard of Oz. Ugh. This came out of a magazine many, many, many years ago. This is 2015. This is really good for me to go through this and realize I need to get busy and frame some things. This is done on a tea-dyed fabric that I did myself. And then I really liked how it came out for the Irish blessing. Again, the Celtic knots were a real eye bender. It was pretty tricky. I love the greens. When I stitch something, I try to put it in a binder, completed stitches. So I have a quick reference. It doesn't always work well because sometimes I just don't want to separate my collections. Like if it's a Prairie Schooler, I don't want to put it in that binder. I want to put it back with my other Prairie Schooler collections. So it's hard to decide how to keep track of things. This I didn't like. The green I thought was too light. So I don't think the white really shows. Maybe you guys feel differently, but I know that's why I haven't touched this to finish it off. It would look stunning in a white frame, but I don't think it's going to help it much. Looks better on camera. It was done in 2016. Oh, and the tiny little stitches to accompany the other Prairie Schooler. I made those up to be mini, so I could purposely make them into ornaments. One to keep, one to gift. They're fun to do. I should probably keep those out. I love buying fabric, but because I only hand sew, I shouldn't buy a lot of it. So I did find, I think that's it for, no, there's another one in there. I did find something at the dump last week. Check this out. I couldn't believe it. I held it up, I smelled it. It was very clean. It had one little area that looked a little off, so I used my magic stain stick, and I don't see it anymore. I don't know what it was because it didn't smell bad, but I love the anchor motif. I can use it for summer stitches, nautical stitches, and I love the fact that I didn't pay anything for it. I think it's brilliant. And it is enough to share, so if I have a friend who's doing a nautical stitch, I can say, I've got the perfect, and we'll see if they like it. Last one in this pile. I'm making such a mess. I love it. Trying to remember where I saw this. I think it was a calendar, one of the Keepsake calendars, 2015. Love the colors in that. It's a great, bright, happy, I don't know, it just makes me smile. It's done on a, might be a Fiddler's, because it's got some like oatmeal speckling through it. 14 count. I didn't use anything out of the ordinary, all the called fors, but they had such a great sense of color when they designed this. It's really sweet. So, I apologize for being off video for so long, but I did have a lot of fun, and I will continue to do so. So I'll make some more content, and I promise to do some more stitching to show you. May even be motivated now to do some finishing. And I'm still thinking about how to go about the Mill Hill tutorials, because I have so many Mill Hills. And 123 Stitch just put up a ad. I have purposely not looked. Some new Mill Hills that have come out. I have enough, don't I? But until then, I just wanted to say, have a great day, happy stitching, and be safe.